Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well,
the years start coming and they don't start coming. Back to the ground and they hit the ground running. Did it make sense not to live for fun? Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back street? You never know if you don't go.
Go!
You never shine if you don't go.
Hey now, you're sorry. Hey, let's go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the No Chaser podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Cucks.
I'm Nikki Blades. How ridiculous does it look with me wearing this outfit and singing that song?
Yo, shout out to Morticia Gomez, aka Nikki Blades, out here looking like
Did
the
you
black.
say Morticia Gomez?
Yeah,
Morticia Adams.
Oh,
Gomez is her husband.
Yes,
Shit.
it is. We
You're
are
right.
currently filming in October. I'm
Yes.
giving the vibes.
This episode is dropping in November, but we're filming in October, so
Yes.
we here. We in the Halloween spirit.
We are.
Also, they're Halloweened out, but I got an exclusive shirt on right now because we haven't really announced this. I've kind of dropped little hints here and there in videos. Well, actually, I did say it in a When Foodie Calls episode that dropped. But Goodie brand is dropping a collab with Howlin Ray's Hot Chicken, Nashville chicken sandwiches, popping ass, super popping hot chicken spot out here in LA. World famous. We dropped this collab right here. This says Nashville to hell, as in highway to hell. It is popping. We got it's death and a chicken on the back, and we also got a fucking Ghost Rider flip that says Ghost Pepper. Mm-hmm. Ghost Pepper is the hat.
No, Chicken Head is the hat.
Oh, Chicken Head is the hat. But
and we got some basketball shorts.
Yes,
too.
Super poppin'. That shit drops. Are we dropping the same night as the event?
It's not.
Okay, follow Goodie Brand, goodiebrand.com. Follow Goodie Brand on Instagram and everything else for exclusive info on all that shit. But this shit's fire and it will sell out. So sign up.
No, it looks super. It looks super nice. I like that cream color, by the way.
Me too. Thanks, Nikki Blades.
I do.
And I'm loving the ensemble.
Why, thank you. October, is the month for those that like to dress up or not wear as much to show their stuff. And this is my time
for those hoes.
You know what I'm saying? It is my time to shine. I'm giving you guys Morticia Adams energy, or maybe like Wednesday vibes. You know, I could wear the braids, could give, anything with the all black with the little collar. I can do that. Because the new one is coming out.
Oh, it looks crazy.
Have you seen the previews for it?
I have. I have.
It's tight.
That
excited.
looks so good.
It looks really good.
You got edibles?
No, it's Fisherman's friend because of my elongated COVID cough.
Oh.
So I'm not coughing all over the place.
This man got a whole ass.
Rick's popping a blue chew in the middle of the episode.
Say, look, man. I like the Adams family. What you want me to say?
I didn't know you like Morticia that much. And the heels too. I don't know if you can get into this for all you footy people.
Wow, red bottoms.
Take one off.
I'm not doing that. This isn't our Patreon account
Nikki,
where if you're subscribed
to
if you're subscribed to
CashApp
our
below.
Patreon, if you're on our Patreon, you might get to see me take my shoe off. That is bad. That we can solicit me taking my shoe off.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I bought my first pair of red bottom shoes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say feet pictures.
I thought you were going to
my first feet pictures.
God.
Shit.
If you could see any celebrity's feet, what celebrity's feet do you want to see? Whose feet are you interested to see?
Maybe this is because we were talking about her earlier, but Janae Aiko's feet, she probably has really pretty feet.
I've seen her feet. They're cute.
Have you?
She looks like she has cute feet.
What's your wiki feet rating?
I think I have like a 9.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Is it either 8.5 or 9? But when you wear shoes like these, let's just be honest, this shit is hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's dudes that would pay for you to step on them in some red bottoms.
Yes, I've gotten those emails before, and that just seems like I might kill somebody. I don't think they realize I am actually 5'9", and
they do realize.
I think they realize, and when I step on you, I might break you.
Check this out, man. You remember Lux, right?
Mm-hmm.
She got paid to kick somebody in the dick with those. I think it was those, the other color.
Would they
from
buy
the back?
From the back?
From the back, bent over.
Points.
Yeah. And she did it. And he was like, no, like hard. Like,
wow.
Yeah, so
I
they ready. Ready.
Let me tell you,
ready.
of all the weird shit I'm into, I'm glad that's
never
not one of
be
them.
it,
Yeah.
Don't hurt me, Heffa.
Do you think there is a kink so kinky that you couldn't date somebody if they had it?
Absolutely.
Okay, what is
It's
it?
probably a lot of them. I can't think of one off the top, but I know it exists.
Okay, so if
wait, no, I know one.
What?
If she has like a poop fetish or something like that.
No pooping.
Yeah, get that shit out of here.
Yeah, like poop is such a separate thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever people that are into anal are like, why don't you fuck with the anal? I'm like, I poop so much. This shit is just not, like, I can't disassociate that.
Right.
You know? And it's just not for me. Yeah.
Gaping?
I hate.
I'm out of there.
I hate.
There are girls who like to be hurt, like knives and shit, little cuts and things like that.
No.
I don't think that's gross, but I just couldn't do it. Like, so we wouldn't be good. Like, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, like when you said hurt, I was like, oh yeah, choking and slapping. But then you said the knives, I'm like,
they want blood.
Nah.
Did you guys ever see the Netflix series How to Build a Sex Room?
I watched a little bit of it. Wasn't as entertaining as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was a series.
Nah.
You weren't entertained by it?
Okay. Tell us about it.
Well, first off, I thought the woman that was hosting was actually she made it really easy to watch the show. She had an English accent, older, very, she was an older English woman. She was going through, and she is an interior designer, and one of the things she does is designs these sex rooms. But throughout each episode, there are different fetishes that are kind of covered, and you have the couples discuss the things that they like in their relationship and things they want to explore.
Yeah.
So you were not a fan.
I wasn't a fan of the show. Partially because I'm a horny pervert, so I was expecting it to be a lot more sexual.
It wasn't as horny as you wanted it to be.
And not so much fucking home decor.
Yeah, it was like it was like those shows, where the newlyweds are looking for their dream home type shit. Yeah. But I think whatever episode I watched last, I can tell this was like a last ditch effort
to save.
Wife did not want dude and shit like that. And it's just trying to spice it up. I was like, this is more depressing than hot.
There was a few episodes that I really loved, and it made me think that if I was in a relationship, a long-term one, we're not bringing out no freaky shit until we've passed the next levels, because you gotta work towards something, that I 1000% think that I would want a sex room.
Yeah, I think a sex room is dope. Watching the show about people building it just wasn't for me. At least the what I watched. Yeah, maybe I can watch more.
Yeah, because I watched the full series, and there was a lot of different types of couples. You had the husband and husband, you had the wife and wife, you also had the ones that are in like they had a house. They bought a house, and there was like 6 of them. 6 or 7 of them, I'm sorry. That they all were there, and they had these specific rooms, and each room had a fetish theme. So there was somebody that was into the shower stuff and the getting, peed on. They had a room for that. They had like a big cuddle room specifically because they like that stuff. And then each couple or each person had their own thing that they enjoyed, and there were little bits and pieces throughout the place. But that also had me thinking, like, how many things have we not tried?
Yeah,
a lot.
So I think I just don't have enough fetish in me to go that far, because to me, I feel like you build this room and then you have it, and it's like dope. But at some point, you're going to get tired of that because it's just there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not spontaneous. It's not fun. It's like, okay, well, we can go to the paddle room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so,
and you're like, can we get the swing out of the way? I'm just trying to watch TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get off the swing, girl?
Yeah, but I guess if it's a genuine fetish of yours, it's not something you get tired of. So that's why for me, it just didn't work, because I don't have genuine like fetish.
Yeah.
I need this to get off type shit.
I haven't seen the show, so what's like the main shit that was set apart of a sex room? What makes it a sex room compared to a regular room?
Main things that turned a regular room into a sex room would be, okay, so actually I'm going to use our studio as an example.
Okay.
So one of the things is that this couple, particularly, they had a long distance relationship, and they had cameras in play in their relationship. So there was a mirror that was set up, and there was a camera. So he was able to watch himself, and his partner was able to watch him via the cameras.
Oh, okay.
So depending on whatever it is that you're into. So yes, every room, there were some rooms that looked very normal, but there were things hidden in. So there was like a chair for positions that looked literally just like a regular chair, but the way that they had it disguised, there were certain things depending on the couple that made it very different. So what I loved about the show is that they explored what they already liked and then was like, well, have you ever tried vlogging somebody?
I see.
You know, like, have you ever tried the little X thing? There's like this, it looks like like an X, and the guy goes on this and they kind of softly whip them, and then they like test out the levels. But yeah, a sex room is normally something that you can incorporate with the fetish.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, whether it's costumes, one was super into like dressing up. So the husband loved when his wife dressed up and did that. Then there was another one where they were so into showers, they built the whole downstairs. They made a giant shower because that's their thing. So it's like, yes, if you're into, HD TV or whatever, the home and
HG.
if you like high definition television, you could get your fix with there. But that to me, I thought was really interesting.
I mean, a big shower seems fun, but I always feel like, we've talked about this before. Shower sex a little overhyped for me personally.
Same. I'm not into the shower thing.
Like, I love the concept of the show. I like showing that there's different ways to do shit, and they put it all in a very normal setting.
Right.
So I would say it's palatable.
Yeah, so nobody would feel like
shamed.
This is gross. You know what I'm saying? And it may have took some stigma away from a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be entertained.
Right.
I want to see some fucking.
Well, to me, I thought the host was like having an older English woman talk about like riding one of those like things that vibrate, the little horse. Whatever that is. That shit is hilarious to me. But again, I'm not coming. But I'm not coming from a horny perspective. I was like, in my mind, I was like, ooh, I think I actually would want that one day.
I'll check it out.
I say check out an episode.
You know what I have watched? I've watched this like porn websites, but it's an actual show that was on like the Playboy Network or some shit like that. It's where a couple that has never swang before, they go to a house where they be swinging. You know what I'm saying? With different people that be swinging. And then like they're like, oh, and then they kind of like observe, and then they get to know the other couples, and then they, eventually engage in these like orgies with these experienced swingers, right? So, but I originally got put onto that shit because there was this clip of this dude, this white dude and his wife that were, first time swingers, right? So they go into this room, there's a big orgy going on, and then like they're really curious about experiencing everything. And then like eventually, like, dude is messing with some chick, and his woman starts to get like dicked down by this fucking stallion of a man, you know what I'm saying?
Lord.
A fucking the Terry Crews looking ass dude, right? So by the end of it, eventually the orgy is like over. Everyone's gone. but this dude is still fucking this man's wife, and the guy's on the bed just kind of like playing with her hair.
Oh no.
That's hilarious. Like, I could absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, watch my chick getting smashed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. And if it's an orgy type situation, even
and
better.
Look, we've heard the Ricky Cucks joke before, right?
Like, I don't give a fuck about whatever that shit is. But if there's an orgy situation and then it's done and these motherfuckers are still going, nah, son. I'm not playing with no hair. I'm choking this motherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You heard the time limit. The buzzer went off. You were finished.
I've been in it. It ain't that good.
The game is over.
He's like, why you think it's taking me so long, dog?
Damn.
Yeah, no, I could
Oh
not. No.
Yeah. You can only be so supportive for so long.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna switch it up a little. I'm gonna switch it because it's always gonna go back to there. But thinking about like partners and things you like. Okay, so say you're talking to someone.
Mm-hmm.
She's a 10,
Mm.
but she got something weird on her body. So now that we've hit the fall, it is time to cozy up inside. make some good food, and also save some money. The summertime we was a little reckless, was eating out a lot, spending a lot of money on food, and actually wasting a lot of food. And that's where HelloFresh is going to come in. HelloFresh is up to 25% cheaper than takeout and less expensive than grocery shopping too. With HelloFresh, ingredients travel from farm to your doorstep in less than 7 days, so you know that they're fresh. Plus, pre-portioned ingredients make cooking in a snap and cut down the waste on food. For me, I cook a lot by myself, and when I go grocery shopping, I don't always buy the right amount. I'm so used to buying for multiple people that I end up wasting a lot of food. And since I started using HelloFresh, the fact that the meals are already planned out, all my ingredients are portioned out correctly, it makes it so easy for me to prep throughout the week. And not only that, did we talk about saving money? Wasting food is wasting money, and we don't want you guys to waste food or money. So you can go to HelloFresh.com/NoChaser65 and use the code NoChaser65 for 65% off plus free shipping. One more time, HelloFresh.com/NoChaser65, and that's 65% off plus free shipping.
Wow. What's the first thing you do when you wake up, guys?
Stretch.
Drink some water.
And me, it's poop, all right? Is it checking up on your credit score? Didn't think so. At Chime, that's exactly what they do. With their secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start to build credit with your own money, okay? Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average.
Wow.
All of this with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. So, do this, guys. Start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/nochaser. That's chime.com/nochaser. The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to score may vary, and some users' scores may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM.
What's the weird thing?
Like maybe like a third nipple, or like a mole that's like maybe like a weird mole right by her vagina.
A weird mole?
I'm just saying, like, what if say she's a 10 and she has something, you know, maybe take her down a little bit.
Yeah.
What would it be?
It would have to be some really weird shit for me to be like, I can't do this. If she's like physically a 10.
Yeah, she's
she's
physically
cool,
a 10, but she's a 10.
She would have to have like
to make you not
2 working buttholes.
I don't even think that would throw me off.
2 working buttholes?
Because it's kind of like hidden until you open the cheeks up.
I open the cheeks a lot. I would see these 2 yeah, I think like 2 working buttholes. If she had like just a little extra thing on top that was like was gonna be a butthole and then it stopped, whatever. So but if she could shit out of either of these buttholes, depending on what she ate or something like that, I think I would be a little like,
I mean,
all right, Tim, she's a 10, but she
has a baby arm growing out of her like stomach or something, then that would throw me off. Yes.
Yeah, so pretty much what you're saying is like there's very few things that could throw you off.
I mean, it depends. Like, I don't think the fact that it's a working extra butthole is a little, it throws you off. Yes. Especially, if you like, let's say you eat ass.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, this is an extra hole here. Why is it here? And it throws you off. But
and like the one you're eating is chill, but then the other one farts. Bro. Is she like didn't know it was coming?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean that's a lot. That's a lot to handle.
Or like she knew she had to fart. She made sure she didn't fart because you was licking that
and you
butthole,
see it clench,
but then it came out of the other one. Like she was holding this one, but then it came out of the other one.
Oh, like she can't control both at the same time. Look, that's a lot. But if she's a 10, and look, and for one, if I'm eating ass, this is somebody I really enjoy. I really like their personality. It's a lot. Okay,
I don't know, dog. Sometimes when they're a 10, you just eat their ass because they're 10.
I mean, that is also a fair point. Yeah. Ooh, let me ask y'all this. Okay, so we're talking about us cutting people off for weird reasons.
Yeah, it's really.
Have you ever hooked up with somebody or been about to hook up with somebody and then you got cut off and you didn't know why?
don't think so.
Sorry.
Girls wouldn't tell you.
I'll tell you this. I got a story, and this wasn't nothing physical aside from the fact that I just busted too fast with this girl. And she denies, to this day, like, because I think she heard me tell this story somewhere else on another video, and she DM'd me. She was like, that totally wasn't why we stopped talking, but I don't believe that shit.
Without giving a reason?
Yes. So I'll tell you. So fucking, man, I was still working at California Pizza Kitchen. There was this girl that came in, and this was like, I'm talking about Nikki Blaze. She came in, basketball shorts, wife beater, hair up, chilling. I'm like, this girl is pretty, right? So we went on maybe a couple dates or whatever, and I like this girl, you know? So when we finally ended up having sex, it was one of those situations where, now I know this sounds crazy to certain girls, but sometimes you be so hyped to have sex with a girl, you just can't get it up.
Yeah.
You be hyped, and it fucks you up. Okay?
It does sound crazy because
So-
when you're in it,
Right.
Yeah.
And especially as a
It
girl.
happens, yeah.
I understand, right? So girls, you know, they be like confused. Cause like, what the fuck?
genuinely, we are confused.
Yes, am I not attractive? But
What's going on? We have all this self doubt. We're
Right.
sitting there going, "Is it me?"
and
Yes, technically, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad
Okay,
way.
okay.
yes,
You're too fucking
you're
hot.
too fucking hot.
And I'm in my head.
So I couldn't get it up, and then when I finally, so I'm like trying to I'm just trying to go down on her for a long ass time, and then she was like, "All right, man, enough." Finally, would like jerk me off or something like that to the point where I was erect again. But then as soon as I got it in, busted super fast, right?
Yeah.
It was all bad, right?
Terrible, yeah.
So when I tell you, I'm talking about like 2 days later, she was like, I don't know. I mean, you're just more like a homie.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Dirty bitch.
I see. So in my head, of course, it's because I busted fast. It was
Yeah.
like, that was it, right? And then so I told this story on some other video, and then she was like, nah, that wasn't even it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. It wasn't even, I didn't even tell her in the video. I talked to a mutual friend. I was like, yeah, you know your girl. Stop messing with me because I busted fast, right?
Damn, you put it out
fucking
like
snitch.
that.
Nah,
Wow,
you know, because
Rick.
I thought it was funny.
Rick, I didn't do it. Goddamn.
I thought Rick was the one.
No, it wasn't Rick. And so then they got back to her, and she DM'd me. She was like, "Dude, I don't know. I don't know why you think that. I mean, well, it's obvious why I think that." But she was like, "That wasn't the case. I don't believe it." But so that was why I feel like this girl was just done after I busted fast. She's like, "Nah, I'm cool." And you know, she broke my
Hurt
heart.
ever since.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That would suck.
That would suck.
Also, when I
Fuck you.
I had a girl break up. I think I told this story. I had a girl break up with me in high school because I was a virgin. Have I told that story?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. There's I don't
She
know.
didn't want to be all clingy and shit.
I guess.
She
man.
take it. He
I
gonna
don't
be all in
know.
love.
I haven't dealt with that, so I'm not quite.
With virgins or with cutting people off?
But well, both actually. Actually, after I lost my virginity, I don't ever think I knowingly encountered someone who was a virgin.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. I lost my virginity to somebody who we lost it at the same time.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: as someone who's you're single,
Mhm.
you're out there. Well, you're not out there,
I'm
but
not.
let's say you ran into a dude nowadays
Okay.
and he was a virgin. Is that a plus or a negative?
I'm grown. To me, that's not a plus or a negative. That's just what am I supposed to do with that?
So it's a negative.
I mean, well, I just okay. Sex isn't the major component of a relationship. So when am I meeting him? Is it like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm a virgin, or is it like, oh, we've already been talking, I like you, and oh, surprise, I have to tell you I'm a virgin. What's the scenario? I think I
that
need
one.
more.
It's the second one. It's that one. It's you're hanging out.
Oh, then we go together. What do you
Okay.
mean? Because I'm about to fuck up your life. You're never going to be able to deal with anybody after me.
So you're taking his virginity and you're making him fall in love.
If I already have strong feelings for this person and know that you're not solely driven off of sex, that's a major plus. Do I have questions? Yes. But because I am me, I think that you will end up becoming obsessed with me.
Mhm.
And then I like them that way in my relationships. So I feel that this is a win for me.
That is stupid.
I
Here's what you
don't
gotta
know.
understand.
I mean, I feel like it's a little late in life. Like, you really want to go Dora the Explorer now? You can have this. You can go to what after?
No.
You can't go much higher,
But
Rick.
here's the thing. What is going on with him to where he hasn't had sex this whole time and then is willing to have sex with you without being married?
Shit, now we're bringing marriage involved into this?
Because what's the reason for holding on to your virginity?
Well, that's why I said I'm going to have questions, of course. But if I'm already in it, see, that's what changes the whole situation. Because I know how I am, and a lot of people are, that we all think that we have these crazy standards and all these do's and don'ts. But once you like someone, so many things that you would never compromise on, you all of a sudden are like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I asked that mainly because I feel like, well, as a man, right? Let's say, like, I was single nowadays, and I ran into a girl that I was feeling, and she was a virgin, and she was like, I want you to be my first, and I understood it wasn't because of no crazy shit, and she was just like, I'm ready to fucking fuck. Would I be down for that? And I would have to, I mean, yeah, part of it is like, this is so hot, right? Yeah. But also part of it is like, do I want that responsibility?
I am grown. I am ready for that. Again, now say this is first date. Now let's play a different game. If this is the first date and I hear that a guy is a virgin, I don't want that responsibility. Because I'm like, why? I have all these questions. I'm not invested. Yeah. Am I being judgy? Of course, because we're going on dates. I'm essentially trying to find somebody I want to spend time with. So yeah, I'm probably going to pass on that. But say I'm already in it and there's just something about this person. And they were like, I've really, told me the backstory. You're it.
You're the one.
And my ass is probably going to be like,
say, you damn right I am.
That's
Let's
it.
go.
I will happily teach you the ways. Because the thing is, though, is that when you deal with somebody who's not as experienced and they're willing to learn, they can learn what you like. Because a lot of times there are people that have been in plenty of relationships and have a lot of, interactions that still are not good for you. Yeah. They're still just like, they don't get their body, or they don't get your body, or they're so set in their ways.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. And I hear that. And with those stipulations, I kind of get it more. But based on what I learned from my youth, and this is probably bringing that old baggage into your adulthood, but that don't go well for men with the virgin girl.
Oh, why?
Okay, so I've done it a couple of times when I was a lot younger. With the first time, I just was like, oh, dope. Like you said, that's fucking hot. Cool. Do it. The instant attached cling shit. I'm like, fuck, that I don't want to date you. I thought you just wanted to have your virginity taken.
You thought that?
I said this was the first time I did it, and I was young. Okay. So after that, I'm like, okay. The second time that was a proposal to me. Yeah. Full conversation. Look, man, you can't be getting attached, yada, yada, yada. I'm not trying to be this. I'm not trying to be that.
You thought that was going to do something?
No, that's not what I want. I just want this. Okay, cool. Wrong. That, again, was young, right?
Okay.
But just being grown doesn't change that. If somebody is my age now and they're still a virgin, there's still chance that they are going to react that way. Now, on the flip side, if I want to be with her, it sounds good.
Right.
But what I've also learned just in life, people want to explore at some point. So we could probably last for a really long time, a really good relationship. But at some point, is she going to want to see, damn, what else is out there? What could I've been doing?
But that can also be said for anybody that's had sex before. So, I mean, if you put that into the scenario.
Not exactly. Not exactly. There's a better chance of a person who's had a career of sex settling down, knowing this is my person. I've done a lot of things. This is what I like.
I've 1000% said that I'll take a retire hoe.
Yeah, right.
I want somebody that has already been out there, that when you come my way, I'm what you want. I don't want the question, especially if I'm single and have the option to make my own decisions on whether or not I want to settle down. I want somebody that wants the same thing as well. I think the idea of the virgin is very appealing. But with that being said, that is a very valid point. But you still have to worry about that in other situations. But look, I think that sounds That sounds kind of fun.
Okay.
That's just maybe it's the outfit and whatever I got on my mind right now. Because I'm thinking I could teach you some things.
That's what I was thinking back then. Sounds fun.
It sounds fun. But
okay, and we'll make this short so we can go on to something else. Let's say you do it. Okay. It's great. Okay. You love this man. He loves you. Y'all are good.
Okay.
But remember, he hasn't had sex before. Okay. He's gonna not be great. What if his not great period lasts more than a year? But he's attached. He's clean. You took his virginity. You his woman. You said you his woman. And now
I love you.
A year in and he hasn't improved.
Well, then you got to call in for backup. Then you're going to have to figure something out. I don't know. I've been very fortunate enough to not be in that situation. So I can't really pretend like I know what that's like. Right. If I was with somebody that we had bad sex like for a year, I don't know what I don't even think I could pretend to understand what that is. Yeah, because I just don't know. So I think that once you love someone, that's a really strong word. I'm like, I don't love people like that. So even if that's not good, baby, we're gonna figure something out if I'm already invested.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely. I feel like if you invested into the relationship, you got to invest into that shit too. Right. I know a girl who married. She wasn't a virgin going into her marriage and married a dude that was like. Grew up in like the church or whatever, and he was a virgin when they got married. Yeah. And she would tell you, "Hey, man, in the beginning, it was not it. But they put in the work, and they put in the practice, and now it's great."
So I think to answer your question is like I'm still in it. Then I'm still we're gonna figure it out because to find love and a relationship is so much harder than to find good sex. Like let's be. I don't know if you're having bad sex out there, you got some work to do. Like you either don't know yourself or you don't know your partner. You need to figure it the fuck out. But to find a relationship that you want to be in with someone that you love, that's worth. Maybe I'm not always getting what I want, but at least I know I'm with somebody that's willing to learn.
And as cliche as it sounds, making love it's next level than just fucking. It really is. When you truly care about somebody, the connection takes it next level.
Look at how that horny ass conversation turned into some love.
Were you gonna pivot to something else?
Not necessarily.
Okay, well then I have this question for y'all. In a relationship, love and need, like and want. Okay. Which group is more important?
Love and need.
Love and need.
And like and want?
Like and want.
Love and need.
Break this down for me. Give me an example. Well, I need to look at it in an email.
Knowing Rick, this is deeper than just surface level. So.
Oh yeah, it gets pretty deep.
Okay, so.
But it's not any deeper than that.
Okay.
Love someone, feel like you need them in your life. Love. I would do anything for this person. This is my person. I love them. Mm-hmm. Like and want. I enjoy you. I like you. You are the one I want to be with. I like you and I want you.
So for this, you're saying like
what's more important?
Is it a situation?
Can you give a situation? Can we have a scenario?
Yeah, because
it's not a situation. It's like overall.
Because in my head, it's like it doesn't make sense because if I got to the point of love with somebody, then I did like this person. Are you saying the like is gone?
Okay, I put it to you like this. You can love someone from afar.
Right.
You can break up with someone and still love them. Yeah. If that person calls you at 3 a.m., you'll pick up what's going on. I need help. You'll help them because you love them.
Right.
But you don't like them. You don't want them. But you love them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people will get in relationships based off this feeling of love and need. You have something that I need.
Right.
Okay.
Whether it's financial or you help with my insecurities or some shit like that. And I genuinely love you. I got your back.
Okay.
And then like and want is just that. Like, yo, I know this is the person I want.
Okay. I'm going, what do you?
And that's not saying love is absent from that. But just what's more important?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, and not saying they can't coexist. This is just this or that situation.
Or that. Okay.
I mean, man, it's like one of those things where it's like so many.
There's so many factors.
Right. Like, am I in a loveless marriage? Every
scenario is very different.
Okay, well, I'll give my opinion.
Okay.
I think like and want is the most important things in a relationship.
Okay.
I think if you both like and want each other, it is inevitable that you love and care for each other. I think need is the most dangerous thing in a relationship
because you become dependent.
It clouds all of that shit. Yeah, you become dependent. If you need somebody, you don't know if you like or want them. You just need what the fuck they got to give. And if they ever don't have that to give anymore, you don't need them. And then you got to see, well, damn, do I even like this person? Do I want to be with him?
And that's what I was thinking about when we elaborated a little bit more on that. The like and the want. I want to be wanted by my partner, and I want my partner to like me. I've been in a relationship where it was a need. Yeah. I needed that person for so many reasons, but I remember distinctly telling them, you don't like me. And I remember that conversation. I was like, you don't like me as a person, but for some reason you don't want to let me go. And that is one of the worst feelings in the world. And I feel that a lot of marriages go through that. So I do want somebody to choose me every day. I want them to like me as a person, and I want them to want me for everything that I am versus me needing them or them needing me.
Yeah. Like, let's do this, right? Because I 100% agree with what you're saying. And as someone, like, because you brought up the marriage situation, right? Like, I'm married, right? If we just started not liking each other, like if it got to the point where I feel like she don't find me funny, which is important for me. She not laughing at my jokes, and she don't find me cute. Like, if I thought like she's just not into me anymore as a person, and we're just coexisting as a married couple because we need each other to raise our child, right? Yeah. Like, yes, we would stay married. I do think we would, but it would suck. It's a problem for me for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely, as a needy ass person, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, yo, I want you, like you said, I want to be wanted, and I also need somebody who thinks I'm fucking funny. Yeah, laugh at my jokes. Yeah, gas me up. And so if we got to the point where, look, this is a marriage out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? We got our joint bank accounts. Yeah, we got all this shit set up already. Like, yeah, I'm still staying in this shit for Veda, 100%. But I am also working as hard as I can to get that want back and like back.
See, so like and want is the most important. Because you still had the love and need, and you weren't happy with it. Give me the like and the want.
And one example that you made was that you can love someone and you can choose not to be with them. There are plenty of people that we probably have so much love for that we actually cannot fucking stand.
From family members, friends, old flames, all of that shit.
And when I hear this saying, if you love something, let it go, and if it's meant to be, it'll come back, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I think that if you have to let something go in order for it to possibly come back, why wouldn't you fight to keep it to begin with?
I think that saying was just cut short somewhere.
We're missing something?
I don't think we're missing something. I think whoever made it up just needed a way to wrap it up quick. But that makes sense let's say there was love when you were young. Okay. When you're in love and you're with somebody, you kind of become stagnant. Yes. You guys are these people. You grow a little bit, but not so much emotionally in the relationship. Yeah. You can separate and grow. Okay. Then if it comes back and it's a better fit,
then so that's
how you know.
Because sometimes when I think of certain relationships and why they've ended, they needed to end. There was no, please don't come back. There's been relationships where I'm like, please don't come back. Yeah. That you're begging for them to leave you alone because it's not good. And whenever I've thought of that saying, I misinterpreted it to fit my scenario at times, to be like, yes, we broke up and yeah, he cheated, but he worked on himself and he came back and now it's going to work. And then I'm over here crying in the fucking corner listening to some stupid ass quote that I don't even know where it came from.
Right.
But I understand where you're coming from, but I do think that that's kind of dangerous at times to live off of quotes or sayings that we don't necessarily like understand.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
No. But I'm thinking but I think of the want, the need.
That's not a quote. That's a real thing.
I'm saying, like, I think about those situations. Like, there's a lot of times where people are in relationships and they're like, they're gonna make it work because they don't know anything better. Right. That they don't know what it is to feel liked by their partner or wanted, that they're just like, this is what's gonna work for me.
Yeah, man. I just, and I used to tell Chia from the beginning, I'm like, look, man, please let's not ever get to the point where we're just kind of like existing with each other. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I'm like, and granted, there's a difference between like I love the comfort that comes with being in a long-term relationship and being in a marriage. Like, yeah, we can just be next to each other on our laptops and be chilling and it's great, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, let's never be one of those couples that just is like living together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, and yeah, of course, like some of that fire and that passion is gonna fade.
Yeah.
But like, let's never be one of those, like, when I see like two old people just like, I don't know, when I see a couple just like reading a newspaper at a table in front of each other, I'm like, man, that just don't look fun to me, you know? But I mean, arguably, of course, that could be the same as us on our laptops next to each other.
No, I get what you're saying. When it's just that, there's no love, there's no passion, there's no point in the day where you just like each other or want to hug or kiss or some shit like that.
There's very few examples of like really successful, happy relationships. Like most of us grew up not seeing that. But I will say this, my ex's mom and dad, they've been together 34 years and I absolutely admired their relationship. The way that they still had a sense of humor around each other, the way that there was love and there was care, there was a partnership. It was very much like he had his role, she had hers, but when you watch them together, you were like, I wish there was more examples of this so we can see what a healthy, happy relationship looks like. It doesn't mean there's no fighting. It doesn't mean there's no times where she's literally like annoyed. But when you see two people that have been together that long, man, he used to walk by and occasionally just like smack her on the butt. And I was like, oh my God, how, like, it's just one of those things that, like you were saying, you want to still have those things to feel wanted and the humor. And I think that ultimately is the goal in a relationship.
Yeah. So the reason I asked all of that is because I've been thinking a lot lately. I feel like the way relationships have been set up from the beginning, well, as far as we know, set us up for those bullshit, don't really like each other, just together because that's all we know type of shit. Because from jump, we made it so that women weren't independent.
Yes.
They needed
Right.
somebody.
They need to find that provider.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women because of that who are starting relationships where they don't even like the man they're with.
Yeah.
A lot of men are not liked in their relationship.
Yeah.
They're needed.
Right. I agree.
And after a while, you can only fake the like for so long, but you're in it. And he's doing what you need. And men start feeling that without even realizing it. So they pull away. Now they got a man cave and they don't, you know what I'm saying? Just
concubines.
all that shit. So I was just wondering, like, do we think men ever actually get liked and wanted? Well, not ever, of course, ever. It happens.
I will say yes, and it depends on how the woman is raised. I strongly believe that there are certain relationships that are solely based off of, I need you financially, but the man is going into it knowing that as well. Most men know that they don't have anything else to bring to the relationship. They want to be left alone. One of the main quotes I hear from my guy friends when they bitch about their girlfriends is, she won't just leave me alone. And I'm like, that's so fucking weird. You're in a relationship with somebody and you're asking them to leave you alone. You just want peace. I do this for her, I do that for her, and all I want is peace. I don't understand that, but you also have to think about the type of man that is in a relationship with a woman that just wants peace. I do believe, though, that when two individuals have their own things going on, there are relationships where they're choosing each other, that they are liking that person. But if you take away one or the other, then yes, there are plenty of relationships where men are not liked, but they are seen as a need and they are treated accordingly because there are certain behaviors that some people have to do in order to get what it is that they want. It's a very manipulative situation.
Yeah, it sucks. And now it's weird because men are like trying to flip that.
To what?
Trying to use women.
Yes.
But in like a revenge kind of way. So it's way more negative. You know what I'm saying? For women, it's like, necessity in a sense because of what they were taught. They don't really need it, but it's like, oh, well, that's what's supposed to happen. Your man's supposed to take care of you, yada, yada. And then you got these men that are like, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm the this. It's like, ugh.
I'm the prize.
Yeah.
I'm the prize. And that's why it really depends on, you got to be aware of who you're dating. Yeah. And you also have to know what you want. There's too many people thinking they want things and they get into relationships and they're like, surprise, I didn't want any of that. Yeah. You have to genuinely own the type of relationship you want. I can take care of myself. I'm fully independent. Now, that is not because I want to be a strong, independent woman. Like, I do it because I have to. I have to survive. The same way a lot of men have to.
Yeah, you're just an adult.
I'm just an adult and I'm just existing. So when I get into a relationship, ideally, I want to not always feel like I have to take on the world alone. So I would like to soften up. But I'd also like to be in a relationship with a man that can see that and want that. I don't want a man that's expecting me to do certain things that are just like, well, if you wouldn't do the same for me, like for yourself, why are you expecting me to do it?
Yeah, so a man expecting you to do things for him?
Right.
Or for you?
For him.
Okay. Because a lot of women don't want a man that expect them to do things for themselves.
Well,
which I've
like
heard.
Women like, he expect me to pay for my own yada yada yada. Like,
and that's,
you wanted it, motherfucker.
And that's the hard part because I got my own shit.
Yeah.
And I believe everybody should have their own shit. I believe every woman and every man should be able to provide for themselves so that if shit does go wrong, or even if your man loses his job, bitch, I hope you can step up and take care of your relationship and be that for your partner. To sit back and constantly expect shit that you can't even do for yourself, I just find that wild. And that's called entitlement. So you can't pay. Why would you ask somebody else to do it for you? Now, if you can, and you just like your relationship dynamic to be that way, there's a way to go about it. But if you're going to sit there and be like, oh my God, girl, he didn't pay for my nails, or he didn't pay for your nails, you need to leave him. Bitch, you don't pay for your nails. That's why your shit's raggedy.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
You just gotta, you just need to do better. If you cannot do for yourself, why expect anybody else to do for you?
And men that are clapping right now, that goes for you too.
Yeah.
That's
Because
not just
there's some of y'all that sit
thing.
back, y'all sitting back. I knew a man that, we got into a fight because I didn't buy him gifts. So we got into a fight because I didn't buy him gifts. And this is before we learned about love languages, right?
Yeah.
I did not know. So for me, giving gifts was not my thing because I didn't have money for a long time.
Right.
So I was acts of services. I was like, I can't go out and buy you a Gucci belt because I don't even have one.
Right.
But I remember he brought up, he said, oh, well, so-and-so used to buy me gifts.
Ew.
And he was a pretty boy. He was pretty. And so he felt super entitled. He was the way that most women act. He was very attractive. He had every woman at his feet. And he thought for some reason that when I came into his life, I was going to act the same way that those girls did. And I wouldn't. And my thing is that you don't even do that for yourself or for me.
Right.
Why would you expect me to do that? So this is not just like, look, I'm not a super pick-me ass person. It's like, no, you need to be with the right people that get that. If you want gifts, get with a guy who wants to give gifts.
Yeah. I mean,
like, find them. They exist.
You know what I'm saying? I think, like the love language shit is also, it really is an important thing.
It's important.
To learn. I was definitely with somebody who I remember at one point for Valentine's Day, I had made her a whole ass beautiful song, heartfelt bars, and then she did a thing where she set up a nice romantic little dinner for us, ordered some fire food, set up a little candlelight dinner, and then my gift was a little CD, a little song for you. There you go. And then afterwards was like, I did all that for you. You couldn't give me no present. You didn't buy me no jewelry. I was like, okay.
Ooh.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Y'all think it's more important to learn somebody's love language and act accordingly, or to just find someone who shares the same as you?
Learn. I say learn because my love languages have changed as I've gotten older. I used to not like gifts, like actual purchases, because again, financially, we couldn't afford them. And whenever I saw somebody spend money, and I feel bad for the relationship that I was in, because he went out of his way to buy stuff. But I was so focused on our goals that I didn't need things. So he was trying to give me a gift because he was showing that he went out of his way to do it. But when I received it, I was thinking that's irresponsible because I was thinking bigger picture. But where I'm at now, I love gifts.
Right.
And if I was to be in that relationship again, I would have been able to explain that better. And also, I wouldn't have been so selfish and so self-absorbed to understand that that's what he was trying to do for me. He was showing me love and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's important. So I would say learn them and act accordingly. Because like I said, because like me and Chia, right? We get along so well. But we do, in terms of like being a couple, we do give and receive love differently. And not even in terms of like birthdays and Christmas and shit like that, but just in everyday life, you know? So that is something I had to learn where like, you know, I'm thinking I can, you know, I don't know, buy her some fucking flowers or whatever. And like, yeah, she loves flowers, but you know, I had no idea that, oh, look, I went out of my way to fucking clean the bathroom one day without her telling me. And she's like, you know, jizzing her little panties about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And and for her, it's just, that is so much more important and has so much more value than me buying shit, you know?
But also the stage in your relationship.
Yeah.
I think that where you are in your relationship can change what it is that you find attractive. Because I'm almost positive when you guys weren't living together and doing that, if you cleaned the bathroom, she wouldn't be like excited over it. True. Versus like now you guys share a home and those things.
Right.
Now that I'm in like the dating space, I did catch myself at one point in time thinking of having something made for someone. And I was like, oh my God, who am I for one? Because I never thought about things like that. But I noticed that depending on the person that you're with, you showing love can change as well. Because I'm more adaptive in a relationship. And I'm like, oh, well, I think that they might like this. And so depending on who I'm with will probably determine how I actually show love.
Interesting. I definitely agree that if you're with somebody and you know you want to be with them and it's different, learn and act accordingly. But I think it's definitely a lot easier if you just find somebody who has the same as you.
Yeah.
Because it's hard sometimes to remember, oh, they don't like that, or oh, they would prefer this.
I think it's about learning who's worth learning their shit.
There you
for,
go.
right?
Okay, well, question. Is knowing someone's love language a good question to ask on a first date?
On a first date, I don't think it's anything weird to do.
Yeah, I think it's good on a first date just because it causes great just conversation, getting to know each other's shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, if it's a good first date, you've already learned their love language. This is great. You're setting yourself up for.
But I've known girls who are liars. Like theirs is gifts.
Right, but they don't want to. But they don't want to say
it because they feel like it makes them sound a certain way. So they'll say like acts of service or some shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And then motherfucker will be doing that, and they're frustrated that he's not giving her a bunch of gifts.
Jewelry.
Yeah. I learned somebody put me on to the gifts thing. Like that wasn't always my thing, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, I thought that you would like this. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then like my whole mentality changed. Also because the person could. I think that when you're with somebody that can just buy gifts or whatever, like you're like, okay, cool, that's nice. And I noticed that I really enjoyed that. But I think what made it special was the thought behind the gift.
Right.
Not necessarily just like, oh, I just bought you a chain because I'm here. Or here's another freaking, like, here's a bag. It was like, no, a lot of the things were super thoughtful. One of my favorite gifts is still like this suitcase that I got. And another one is like a teddy bear. Like my favorite gifts that I ever got. And I still feel bad. And I have to say this. I got a giant Buddha painting once. And I was such an asshole.
Threw it away.
No, it was huge. And I still feel bad to this day. But I thought it was ugly. And I couldn't hide my reaction to the gift. As I step away, I realize what they were trying to do. And I feel still, that's one of the things that I feel bad about is that I couldn't get my face together to be happy about the gift. I still feel bad. But that same person also took the first magazine that I was in and blew it up and gave it to me for Christmas. Okay. And that is one of the most thoughtful things I've ever gotten.
That sounds like a great gift.
Yeah, it was a great gift.
Well,
dating's hard.
And what happened to the Buddha painting?
He has it.
Oh, okay.
He still has, and I. There was multiple reasons. It was a bad time in the relationship. There was so much going on that I could not. I had a different painting from an ex. That fucker kept the painting. So the one person that I got with after, he always kept that in mind, and he was like, "I'm gonna get you your Buddha painting," but it was lime green, and it was huge, and it didn't match, and I know the intention was there. But that's why I said I still feel bad to this day that I couldn't fix my fucking face.
That's
but it
funny.
took up our whole room.
Oh my
It
God.
was so big. We shared a room together. It was
He
so
just tried real hard.
He tried, but I still have love for that person. And I will always appreciate the shit he did. But it just didn't work out. And I will easily say that I was a part of the problem in most of that relationship.
Look at the aesthetics of the room, dude.
It was fucking huge.
So funny.
It was lime green and
All right, y'all. Send us your lime green Buddha paintings if you support the
big.
podcast. Hey, thanks again for watching and listening to No Chaser podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send us money to the Cash Apps
Bing, bing.
downstairs.
Help me
So
get
funny.
it. What we're gonna do that. First off,
100%.
we need outfits. We got dinners we gotta go to. We gotta keep supplying you with more
We
content.
gotta get Nikki a nice looking Buddha painting.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
goddammit.
Okay, you see these shoes? They don't pay for themselves.
Yeah, that's right. And Red Bottom's getting scuffed up
shit.
so easy.
Time
Yeah,
out.
you gotta get them paid.
Oh fuck! Let me just throw this out there. The same person that bought me the Buddha painting bought me these shoes. I just thought about that. Thank you.
So your
You know
taste
who
isn't
you
all
are.
the way trash.
No, he was good. I'm telling you. Same thing.
All right, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, rate us 5 stars or wherever you listen to us. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.
Bye.